And now that I've come on your call, on your order, now you are undermining the very mission I have come for by preaching this impersonalism. Advaita Acharya was so blissful. He said, where is your touching my feet now? Where is your offering prayers with folded hands now? My Lord, where is it all gone? I'm not like your Bhrigu Muni who walks around with, who has his footprints over your chest. He said, I am your servant, Advaita, and today you have punished me and accepted me as your servant. Advaita Acharya was dancing, crying ecstatically. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, at first he felt embarrassed, and then he glorified Advaita Acharya. He said, anyone who wants to approach the Supreme Lord must do so by serving his devotees. Advaita Prabhu, you are so dear to me that if you give your mercy to anyone, I will deliver them. But if anybody offends you, then I have no power to deliver them. And he told the story of Durvas Muni and Ambarish Maharaj. Even the Lord cannot deliver one who offends a Vaishnav. Only through the forgiveness of that Vaishnav can the Lord deliver them. And then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu raised both of his arms and very loudly called out that if someone is chanting my names but is offending a Vaishnav, my very name will destroy them. Even chanting the holy names, even worshiping the Supreme Lord cannot deliver one who offends Vaishnavas. And then he cried out, do not criticize others and chant the holy names of Krishna, and I promise I will deliver you. That was the Lord's message to the whole world for all times to come. Do not offend devotees, do not criticize others, and to chant the holy name. A great lesson was revealed by the Lord in this wonderful pastime. When Lord Chaitanya left Navadvip to take sannyas, Advaita Prabhu was approached by all the Vaishnavas for shelter, because he was their leader. He said, if the Lord has left us, I'm going to the Ganges to drown myself and take my life. And if you try to stop me, then I'll go at night when you're asleep. And all the devotees, they said to Advaita Prabhu, we're not going to stop you, we're going with you. And they all went to the Ganges for that purpose. And when they reached the Ganges, Ganga Devi, a celestial voice spoke to Advaita Prabhu that very soon Lord Gauranga will be in your association again. Just be patient. So Advaita Prabhu transmitted that message to all the devotees and gave them both hope and life. And soon Nityananda Prabhu redirected Lord Chaitanya from Vrindavan to Shantipur, where Advaita Prabhu was waiting on the bank of the Ganges, in a boat in the Ganges, with dry cloth for the Lord. Nityananda Prabhu said to Lord Chaitanya, "We have come to Vrindavan, this is the Yamuna." When Lord Chaitanya saw Advaita in a boat, he said, "Advaita Prabhu, how did you know we're in Vrindavan? How did you come to the Yamuna?" Advaita said, "This is Shantipur? This is the Ganga?" Lord Chaitanya said, "Nityananda Prabhu has cheated me." Sri Advaita Prabhu said, No, he has not cheated you. According to the scriptures, the Ganga and Yamuna, they meet at Prayag, and from that point, the eastern side of the river is the Ganges, and the western side is the Yamuna, and because you're bathing on the western side, you're bathing in Yamuna. And as far as Vrindavan, wherever you are, that is Vrindavan. So for many days, Lord Chaitanya met with all of his associates, Sachi Mata. They all came to Shantipur, to Advaita Bhavan, where they did Harinam Sankirtan day and night. Sachi Mata cooked all the prasad for the Lord. And on her request, Lord Chaitanya went to Jagannath Puri. And after Lord Chaitanya's South Indian tour and Vrindavan tour, the devotees were coming every year, headed by Advaita Prabhu, to Sri Jagannath Puri. And they stayed for the 4 months of Chaturmasya in the company of Lord Chaitanya, celebrating all the festivals, absorbed in hearing and chanting, like a 4-month Pune Yatra. They had nothing else to do, just serving Vaishnavas, talking about Krishna, and performing Sankirtan. And every year Lord Chaitanya would greet them and then bid them farewell. Advaita Prabhu was lead dancer every year in one of the Sankirtan parties where Srivas Thakur was singing. No, I'm sorry, we're Swarup Damodar. Swarup Damodar was the lead singer in his party. One time, I'm just speaking some things that are coming to my mind that have a special message. One time, Advaita Prabhu, with his wife Sita, they invited Lord Chaitanya for lunch prasad. Now, Lord Chaitanya's custom was he would bring the sannyasis and senior devotees with him. So there was a crowd of very exalted souls that would come with him to each house to take prasad. And they all wanted Lord Chaitanya's remnants. And Lord Chaitanya would not eat so much in the company of all these sannyasis and everything. So Advaita Prabhu was praying that if the Lord comes, he won't eat so much, we won't be able to serve him so nicely, and we won't get many remnants because he'll be with all these swamis and godbrothers. If only he would come alone. Now, when Advaita and his wife were cooking, everyone wanted to come. But on this occasion, just at the time when everyone was supposed to leave their respective houses to come to Advaita's house, there was a torrential rainstorm where practically the whole city was at a standstill. Nobody could possibly go out. But from the Gambhira, where Lord Chaitanya was staying, to Advaita's house, there was an absolutely dry path with the rain was coming all around it, but not in that path between the two houses. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came alone, and no one else could possibly come through that storm. So Advaita was very happy, and his wife was very happy. And they just served him more and more and more, and Lord Chaitanya was so happy he was just eating large quantities of prasad. Every time half a bowl was empty, Advaita Prabhu would fill it again and again and again, and Lord Chaitanya was eating and eating and eating so much prasad. And there was so many remnants. Finally, Lord Chaitanya washed his hands, and Advaita Prabhu started to offer a wonderful prayer to King Indra. He offered a prayer to glorify Indra, the Lord of the rain. And Lord Chaitanya said, why? Why are you offering prayers in glorification of Indra? He said, I know why. Because you prayed to Indra for these storms so that nobody could come with me for lunch today. But actually, Lord Chaitanya said to Advaita, Advaita said, I prayed to Indra. I'm glorifying Indra. I'm glorifying Indra with such enthusiasm and devotion. Because of him sending these rains, I could serve you so nicely and get so many of your remnants. Lord Chaitanya said, it is not Indra, it is you. You have ordered me to come down to this world. As Lord Shiva, when you give your order, the entire world is destroyed. When you call, the Supreme Lord from the spiritual world has to descend to incarnate in this world. It is because you ordered Indra that he has sent these rains. And this way he was glorifying Advaita Acharya as the Supreme Lord. But even the Supreme Lord wants to be the servant of Lord Chaitanya. Advaita Prabhu said, if anyone worships me without understanding that you are my Lord, then I will abandon them. Now, in those particular times in Bengal, this was a very significant statement. Because after Advaita Prabhu and Lord Chaitanya disappeared from this world, and even during their time, 3 of Advaita Prabhu's sons were great devotees of Lord Chaitanya. 3 of them worshipped Advaita as the Supreme Lord, but did not recognize Lord Chaitanya as his master. And because of that, Advaita rejected them. Lord Chaitanya wanted to teach that no one could come to him without serving his servants. And Advaita Prabhu wanted to teach that no one could come to him without serving his master. This was the nature of their love. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the role of a devotee, would not allow anyone except on very rare special occasions. Jivara Swarupoi Krishnara Nityadas, we are eternal servants of Krishna. Lord Chaitanya wanted to establish that Krishna is God. And a real guru is one who is a pure servant of Krishna. A real guru will never say, I am God. But by serving such a servant of Krishna, we attain the highest perfection of love of God. That is Lord Chaitanya's message. But one day Advaita Prabhu called the devotees together in Jagannath Puri and he said, today We will glorify in public on the streets very loudly Lord Chaitanya as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We will not sing the name of any other incarnation. After all, who is it that has given us everything we have? Who has given us our position, our fame, our love of God? It is all Lord Chaitanya's mercy. Today we will only chant His holy names. Devotees were fearful as anything. He said, do not be afraid. If you have any fear of chanting Lord Chaitanya's name as Krishna, then just chant so loudly that it drowns out your fear. And the devotees, they could not disobey Advaita Prabhu. So they started chanting. And Advaita Prabhu was dancing so ecstatically. And his dancing was stimulating their devotion so much, the kirtan was getting louder, 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 and more enthusiastic. And Advaita Prabhu himself was composing beautiful songs. How the Supreme Lord Narayan has appeared in the beautiful golden form of as the son of Mother Sachi Devi to deliver all the fallen souls through the congregational chanting of the holy names. That same Krishna who plays a flute in a threefold bending form, wearing a beautiful Vajayanti mala with a peacock feather in his hair, has now appeared in the beautiful golden form of Lord Chaitanya to chant His own holy names, to taste the sweetness of His own love. Let the whole world chant the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Gauranga, who is the cause of all causes, the source of everything, the father and mother of all living entities. Everyone chant the holy names of Gauranga. The kirtan was so enthusiastic. The devotees were they became absolutely fearless. Lord Chaitanya heard this loud kirtan, so he came to join the kirtan. As he came closer and closer and closer, he began to hear what they were singing. And when Advaita Prabhu saw Lord Chaitanya standing right there, listening, he became even more enthusiastic. He was dancing so ecstatically wild, it was uncontrollable. And the devotees, they all saw Lord Chaitanya, but due to the influence of Advaita Prabhu, they were so fearless. They were filling the whole universe with the songs and glorification of Lord Chaitanya. The Lord heard, became very much embarrassed, and walked away. Went back to his room, closed the door, and laid down. But Advaita intoxicated the devotees with so much enthusiasm. He led the kirtan right to the Gambhira. And there were thousands of people outside chanting, all the common people and the pilgrims, they all joined the kirtan. Govinda said to Lord Chaitanya that all the devotees are outside. They want to see you. The Lord said, bring them in. So Srivas Thakur came in. Lord Chaitanya said, what are you doing? You're a scholar of the Vedas. Why are you not chanting the names of Krishna? Why are you chanting these other names? Srivas said, we are all like puppets. The Supreme Lord is the controller of all controllers, and under His control we are all chanting your holy names today. The Lord said, Srivas, you know my position, and you know that my being the Supreme Lord is to be kept hidden. Why are you exposing it to the world? Can you explain? And Srivas said, yes. And he held his hand up toward the sun And he said, just like this. Lord Gauranga asked, what is just like this? Waving your hand in front of the sun. He said, just like my palm cannot cover the sun. Similarly, no one, even yourself, can cover your supreme glories. And even if my palm can cover the sun from the whole world, still, no one can cover your supreme glories as the personality of Godhead, the most merciful master of all living beings. And what are you going to do now, my Lord? There's thousands and thousands and thousands of people outside all chanting your names and your glories. They were singing all glories to the son of Sachi Mata, who was Krishna himself, the Lord of all the universes. The beautiful cowherd boy of Gokula has appeared in Jagannath Puri in the beautiful form of a sannyasi who chants his own holy names and intoxicates the world with love of God. Lord Chaitanya said, Srivas, because of your love and your compassion, you have defeated me. The Lord is most pleased to be defeated by his devotee. Our beloved Srila Prabhupada, how dear he is to Lord Chaitanya. More than anyone else in modern history, he has established Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda in thousands and thousands of homes and hundreds of temples in every continent of the world. His Gaurnitai deities. Devotees are coming together to sing Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda. Millions of copies of Chaitanya Charitamrita are being read throughout the world. And millions of people have been touched by Lord Chaitanya's mission through the chanting of the Maha Mantra. Every year, Lord Chaitanya would send Jagadananda Pandit to Navadvip to pacify the Lord's mother, Sachi Devi. On Paramananda Puri's inspiration, Lord Chaitanya would send her so many gifts. He would send her beautiful cloths that of the day when Jagannath was dressed like a cowherd boy, garlands, tulsi leaves, and many varieties of Jagannath's Mahaprasad. And the Lord would tell Jagadananda Pandit, when you see my mother, give her this message, that I know how much she loves me. I know how every day she cooks for me. And she cries, feeling how my Nimai would be so happy to eat this. Tell her that every day, she may not see it with her eyes, but I come and I eat everything that she prepares. Tell her that she has supported me, nourished me from my birth, and I owe her my entire life. Due to madness, I went and took sannyas and left home. I should not have done that. On her order, I am living in Jagannath Puri, and for the rest of my life, to please her, I will never leave Jagannath Puri. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains that Lord Chaitanya was the supreme, most perfect son who loved his mother. In fact, he gave all credit for all his devotion to Mother Sachi. Jagadananda Pandit spent 1 month in Navadvip giving prasad and telling beautiful stories of Lord Chaitanya's pastimes to Sachi Mata and all the other devotees, especially Advaita Prabhu. And when it was time for him to return to Puri, Advaita Prabhu wrote down a very mysterious message. And said, please deliver this to Lord Chaitanya. And the message was that I offer my obeisances hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times to Lord Gaurachandra, the Lord of the universe and the Lord of my heart. Please tell Lord Chaitanya, who is acting like a madman, that he has made the whole world mad like him. And therefore, rice is no longer in demand in the marketplace. Tell Lord Chaitanya that all of us have become mad with ecstatic love of God, and we have no more any interest in this material world. And tell the Lord that this madman, who is in the ecstasy of tasting love of God, named Advaita Prabhu, is sending him this message. When Jagadananda Pandit heard that message, he laughed. Then he brought it back to Puri and read it before Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya was very quiet and smiled and spoke just a few words. It is his order. This is his order. Then Lord Chaitanya asked Swarup Damodar Goswami, can you explain what this means? Swarup Damodar Goswami said, he actually knew. He said, I cannot comprehend it. Can you tell me what it means? Lord Chaitanya said that Advaita Acharya is a very great exalted personality. And his worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is unprecedented. He calls the Lord to receive his worship. And when his worship to the deity is complete, he sends the deity to another place. Actually, Swarup Damodar Goswami, I cannot understand this sonnet. Advaita Acharya is very mystical and very mysterious. From that day, Lord Chaitanya, his ecstasies of separation intensified doubly. What Lord Chaitanya in essence, or what Advaita Prabhu in essence is saying, is that I have called you to this world to make everybody mad with ecstatic love of God. And you have made all of us mad with ecstatic love of God. So there's no longer a demand for rice in the marketplace. Your mission has been fulfilled. Now you can return back to the spiritual world. It was Advaita Acharya's order that brought Lord Chaitanya to this world, and it was Advaita Acharya's order that sent Lord Chaitanya out of this world. That is the power of Advaita Prabhu's love. From that day on, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so intensely immersed in the spirit of Srimati Radharani after Krishna left Vrindavan for Mathura. Practically day and night, his Antya Leela was coming to a close. He was weeping and crying in the association of Swarup Damodar Goswami and Ramananda Rai, putting his arms around them, begging them to save his life by speaking the glories of Krishna and chanting his holy names. This is the gift that Lord Chaitanya came to give the world. Srila Prabhupada and our Acharyas have taught that Lord Chaitanya is Krishna with the spiritual love and complexion of Srimati Radharani. He's coming to taste the sweetness of Radha's love, and he's coming to distribute that same love to everyone, to anyone. It doesn't matter if we're male or female or American or Russian or Ukrainian or African or Indian or Pakistani. Everyone is a spirit soul. Everyone is part of Krishna. Krishna's love is equal to all. He's come to give what no other incarnation has ever given. The love of Radharani and the gopis. The love of Vrindavan. And what is the price? Faith in Krishna's names. It was Advaita Acharya whose love and compassion for all of us brought Lord Chaitanya to this world to give this supreme gift. And it was Srila Prabhupada who made that gift so accessible to everyone, everywhere. And it is our good fortune that despite so many difficulties and reversals, we have the opportunity to assist in this mission of Srila Prabhupada, Advaita Acharya, Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda. To open the doors to Goloka Vrindavan through the chanting of the holy names. So it is on this day which personifies such profound compassion that in the last 2 consecutive years, our beloved devotees have been brought back home, back to Godhead. And when we hear how they left, and the wonderful parallels in the way they left on the same day, how could we not have complete faith in the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, in the mercy of the Panchatattva? Such wonderful incidents cannot take place by accident. And the evidence of this transcendental compassion will come to its perfection tomorrow when Jananivas Prabhu and Pankajangari join us. Just as they came the day after Advaita Acharya Experience Day last year, just after Stoka Krishna passed away. Thank you very much.